Hello guys, welcome to the weekly review series where we do analysis and show you what what we are expecting for the week on the chart. So here on our screen here we have Euro USD, and I'm going to show you what I'm expecting for Euro USD this upcoming week, right? So basically from here, if you look at the chart very well, you can see that the chart has been, from here the chart was making this, it made this higher high and higher low, higher high, and then it made a lower low. So after that, that's making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs here. So ever since the chart, the market is bearish, right? So if you use this tracing tool, what you can see here is this is what the market literally has been doing, right? So the market is bearish on a bigger time frame. Now the reason why I say it's bearish is because currently the market is within this range, right? From this high, here to this low. So this is our current trading range, because our last break of structure, normally this is our last break of structure here. This is our last break of structure in this time frame. So the market has not given us a change of characters yet, but it's within this time frame. So it's within this break of structure. So what we are expecting from the market here is this market will push up at a certain point, it will reverse to give us the next break of structure. So that is where our most valuable or our most thoughtful zone is. So now on this internal structure, we can also find ways to trade this internal structure, right? So we can also find ways which we can trade this internal structure by following this structure. This was structure here. When the market hit this point, it reversed but did not take out this low. So this might also be a sign that there is a weakness for this market to continue and take out this low here to give us a next break of structure, meaning that the market might start be in a case where it wants to start looking to go more to the upside, but yet that will not be confirmed until the market has taken out this high. So nevertheless, this is a very big time frame and we will not trade this time frame, right? We just want to know the bias and the general overview of the market. So now that we know that general overview of the market, we know that this market is currently in an uptrend, right? The internal structure is in an uptrend. It has not hit any sort of POI or any sort of supply zone that wants to start selling. So we can switch now down to our smaller time frame. Let's say we use the 1 hour time frame, or we can use even the 15 minutes time frame, right, to identify what this market has been doing. So on the 15 minutes time frame, basically you can see that, please give me a minute. Okay, so on the 15 minutes time, let's go to the 30 minutes time frame so that this will be more visible. So on the 30 minutes time frame, you can see that this market has been going up. The market gave us a break of structure here, tapped into this demand zone here, then went ahead to give us our next break of structure. So after the next break of structure, the market came back, tapped into this demand zone. So this is a sell we had last week. Then the market went ahead. So when the market got to this point, what happened in this point is this internal structure has started switching bearish here, right? So this internal structure started to indicate a bearish switch here. So after this bearish switch, right, the market came back and mitigated an order flow here. Now let's look at this order flow on a bigger time frame, right? On the 1 hour time frame, this is the supply zone here, right? So the market has mitigated that supply zone and it's dropping. So basically, where is our target if we were to get into a position here like this, right? Our target should be this other zone here. Why? This thing that is happening here is just internal structure. This is internal structure. This change of characters here is just to facilitate a pullback here. All this that has happened here is just to facilitate a pullback here for the market to come back and mitigate this point, this demand zone here. Then we can look back to continue with our trend until that until something on that bigger time frame, right? Let's go back to the bigger time frame until the bigger time frame agrees that this market is supposed to drop. So if you look from this bigger time frame, you can see that our nearest supply zone is up here. This is our nearest supply zone, and the market has not yet reached that supply zone yet. So this might be where the market is coming up to. And then for this current zone here, if you look at it critically, you can see that this is our supply zone here, right? This is where our supply zone in this range starts from. So this is where our supply zone in this range starts from. You can narrow it down by changing time frames. If you come to the 2 hours, you are going to see that okay, the supply zone has been refined. Then if you come maybe to the 1 hour or something like that, you see that it keeps getting refined. So what is my bias for Euro USD? My bias is the market is going to respect this sell order here, but when it gets to this zone, this is a sensitive zone. We either need to wait for it to break below this low so that we can look now for sells. Or if this zone doesn't break, if this low doesn't break, then it gives you a reaction here and gives you a change of character. Then you can buy and target back this high, knowing that this pair is still going to continue being bullish for the meantime until there is something that it shows that the pair has actually aligned with the bigger time frame, which is the daily and which is basically just the 4 hours. But for now, we keep looking to buy. For now we keep looking to buy, right? We are looking to buy here, but for the meantime we are selling because the structure has changed to facilitate an internal pullback. So for those that want to go into swing trades, it's advisable for you to wait and buy when the market gives you a confirmation down at this zone. But for those that are interested in a scalp, using this structure here, which is basically this break of structure at this level, right? So this is a break of structure. Now let's first look at this. Let's first look at this structure to this left of the chart here. We had price come up, sweep this high here, right? It first started by sweeping this high, then it dropped, taking out this high, went ahead to rally and did not close above here. So this is not considered a valid break of structure to the upside. But now when there is a sweep, we can consider the market wants to start dropping. And then if you look at this here, you can see that after this sweep here, the market dropped and gave us a good change of characters at this level. So after this change of characters, if you look here, right, you can see that the market respected this supply zone here, came down here and respected this supply zone. So this was our extreme supply zone here. The market has respected it. So now what we are looking for is maybe for the market to maybe respect this break of structure here. So this is our newest break of structure here. We have our inducement and liquidity above this high, and the market can come back now to mitigate this other block here. Same as the market might drop tomorrow, then come back to mitigate this zone here, and it's still good for sales. But you need to know that you are not targeting anything below this low, because this is a low that led to this general break of structure. All of this here is just our internal structure. So I think that is it. We'll be going to the next pair. Okay, so our next pair is GBPJPY, and as you can rightfully see here, this has been GBPJPY for the past weeks. It has been bullish, it's still bullish, and I don't think it will be reversing soon, right? So we had this massive break of structure here, which created this very deep pullback here. So after this break of structure, the market has been pretty much bullish with smaller break of structures here looking at it. So last week we had a trade on GBPJPY here after the market tapped into a zone here, right? So basically this was just the extreme demand zone. This was our extreme demand zone in this case. If from under here you can look and you see there is no real good demand zone. So this was our real demand zone here. So we are expecting the market to pull back, tap into this zone before rallying up. But as soon as the market gave a change of characters, it was just heading straight to our TP. So in that case, you miss the trade, right? But if the market happens to break above here, we'll have a break of structure and we can look for another opportunity. But for now, we don't have enough data for this pair. So let's check the next pair. Okay, so this pair I took a loss here last week. I took a very funny loss here. If I switch down to a 5 minute time frame, you can just basically see what I was doing. So I identified this zone after the market swept this zone, right? I identified this sell and I identified how this market was trailing, was pushing to the downside. So I was looking for a continuation to catch the next move. So after this market had taken out an inducement here and tapped into a point of interest, the drop gave me another small change of characters here. So I targeted to enter up here. So when the market came back, it tapped into the zone, sold a little bit, came back up, swept me out, and then it dropped massively with over 200 pips. So those are some of the things we face in the market as traders, but we always need to be careful and we adjust, right? So I think that will be all. If something comes up within the week, I'm going to be updating another video. This is USD. This is AUD USD. Let me see. Okay. So just basically, I cannot really trust this demand zone. The reason being the type of break of structure this has created, right? This doesn't really conform to my rules, but it doesn't change the fact that the market might still buy from this zone. So if you happen to see good price action, maybe it comes back to tap into a zone here, you can enter the trade. You can enter the trade, right? Let me see. There's no inducement for this break of structure. The market pushed down, did not take out any inducement, right? So there was no real break of structure. But though the market has taken out liquidity above these lows before tapping into this zone, so this also makes this a potential zone to buy from, and including the fact that we have all this accumulation here, right? All we need to do is see the market give us a proper confirmation once it taps into this zone. Then we can look for our buys. And then I don't recommend you target anything above this high, above this OB here. So if you are supposed to target anything in this pair, this should be what you should be targeting. That should be around 1:5 risk to reward ratio. But I'm still going to look at this pair within the week, and I'm going to be updating you on the Telegram channel. So I don't think there's anything else. There's nothing else. I'll look at the pairs again and update you guys. Alright. So make sure you stay tuned. I missed out some good opportunities here last week for this sell. Okay, so this is New Zealand dollar, USD. This pair is bullish. This pair has been bullish. This was our last demand zone. It tapped in it. It is rallying to the upside. No signs of respecting this demand zone yet. So if you see a sign of respecting this demand zone, then we can sell to maybe target the real buys, right? But as of now, the pair has given us a change of characters at this level. Now let me check the daily time frame and see what it says. Okay, for the daily time frame, I think it's the same thing, right? The pair has really given us a change of character. But let's see how the market reacts at this zone. We may get a sell opportunity here to sell or at least target this zone here. So guys, that will be all for the video for today. If you watched to this point, please subscribe, like, and leave a comment.